hard to control companies want.
Yes.
But if we're talking this, there we go.
There you go.
And can I piggyback on that?
All right.
Now, I'm out of Philadelphia. And down in Philadelphia, they say New York has the best tap water.
Come on up and drink it. Yeah, right. You can have it. So, we see, based on this, I wanted to bring this part to you. Guess what this is? Brothers and sisters, that is a man.
What?
What? He's a predator?
Yes. This is your new soldier. Make you want to run and join up now. This is the stuff that Preston Nichols and them were talking about. This is the stealth soldier. You can see him here.
You talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie and whatnot?
Predator.
Predator, yeah.
What it is that they can actually disturb the immediate environment around them and then reflect the surrounding areas so that you cannot see them. What you're actually looking at is the grass reflecting off of the type of suit he has. In fact, this was created by the Japanese to turn invisible.
Oh, well, okay, martial arts.
No, not martial arts. It was actually an actual technology that the Japanese created. This guy put on a suit. He was walking down the street. He looked like he was just a head walking down the street. Yes.
In the movie The Predator, they showed it.
Yes. Yeah.
But you're not talking
He
about...
switches it off. The deflection stops.
The reflection stops. And you see it.
It reflects the surroundings.
Yes. And that's exactly the new technologies that they have.
But you're not talking about the ninja where you escape light, space and time. It's individual.
No. You're using light and bending it.
Okay,
Waves.
okay.
Once you bend the waves, remember the eyes, you can trick the eyes anytime. The hand is quicker than the eye.
Right.
So it means you can trick the eye. All you have to do is shift. See, the eye works on
Reflection,
spectrum.
I said yes.
Once you mess with the spectrum, you mess with the ability to see. And this is exactly what they've been able to do. So get used to it. So make sure you live around a lot of concrete.
Like a jungle. Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to this point here.
Here we go.
We said that we were going to speak a little bit on this situation.
Calendar, yeah.
In the calendar.
Yeah.
Now, yet another attack vector being used in this covert meta-dimensional conflict, one that has inflicted collateral damage through its utilization of frequency weapons against the medium or environment taken by evolutionary consciousness supporting first-order human beings like us, is the method of covert attack that has resulted in the mass exterminations of the wild honeybees. For us to understand the subtle metaphysics being used in this phase of the war, we must first come to understand the occult significance of the bee itself as a race of consciousness relative to the light codes and the part they have played for humanity's resurrection and redemption in this third density programming from the very beginning. The most efficient record that still remains showing humanity's consciousness development from the beginning of our descent into third density reality exists in the Olmec Mayan eschatology as it relates to the underworlds, and that is the 9 underworlds. The calendrical or the calendrical cycle of evolutionary consciousness and the effects of the archons of the parasitic elite to prevent as many of us as possible from transiting out of the lockdown paradigm, which would signal the absolute end for these demonic bloodsuckers in semi-human form. Again, this will be the first phases of this topic. I had promised back in 2000 that I would teach the Olmec Mayan calendar system as we got closer to 2012, and this will be just the first phase, scratching the first phase.
Okay.
The Olmec Maya were not just sun worshippers who timed the cycles of the seasons. They mapped time as consciousness development. Let me say that again. They mapped time as consciousness development according to where the Earth was and its relationship to the galactic core, the center of our universe called Alcyon. The Olmec Maya mapped time as it related to the perspectives of both the body and and the soul. This is why they adopted two different type-keeping systems, the short count and the long count. The short count derives from combining the Zolkin cycle of 260 days with the solar year of 360 days and the Venus cycle of 584 days. In this way, short periods of 13, 52, and 104 years were delineated. But it's not the mundane short count that interests us about the Olmec Maya. It's the far more abstract and metaphysical long count calendar and its relationship to astrological cycles and our consciousness development. The long count is based on what is referred to as nested cycles. In other words, the cycles that the Earth interfaces with are there in the galaxy for us to catch up with as we ascend different levels in harmonics. The higher the harmonic, there is a nested cycle of awareness waiting for us to interface with, because the proximity of the universe to all the different galaxies and the way that the galaxies hit us with different vectors of light affect our consciousness each time we travel from one end of our galaxy to the next. Now, the abstract long count calendar is related to astronomical cycles and is based on the so-called nested cycle of days, multiplied at each level by one of the key occult numbers of the Olmec Maya. That is one of the most profound and powerful numbers of the Olmec Maya. And the reason why our Olmec ancestors created these numbers is to show you, brothers and sisters, exactly how long you have been in the flesh.
Oh.
Now let's get this straight. We're not just dealing with a calendar or whether or not we got birthdays coming up, when to get married. That was the short count calendar. The long count calendar is the journey that our planet took from the time it came out of one density dimension into this density dimension, and life began to synthesize into what we call reality today. The Olmec go back in time. You go back in time. They tell you how old your people are. Oh, you have no idea who you are. This thing doesn't click.
That's on this.
Oh, but back the other way. All right. Stay trained. Ladies and gentlemen, we are speaking about the end of time. Now everybody say, oh my God, everybody grab something, let's get the fuck out of here. It's the end of time. Chicken Little. The time is falling, the time is falling. Rejoice! Time is up! Oh, come on now. Let's hear it for time dying out and a new time coming in. Time is dead. Come on, let's say it. Time is dead. Your higher consciousness will kill this time.
All right.
Let me say that again.
Yes.
Your higher consciousness is going to murder this time.
That's our time.
Put it out of its misery.
Yeah, this shit is gone. Past that.
Time to go out of this. I mean, come on. You all are walking around here as gods and y'all worried about a job. Oh my God. Y'all worried about the man kicking you out because you ain't got a home. Y'all worried about being bums. Y'all worried about walking around homeless. Y'all worried about not having nothing to eat, nothing to feed your children with. Y'all worried about the physical body. And because you're doing that, no other solutions are coming up for you. Let me say that again. You keep worrying about what your body needs. And you keep worrying about when you're going to fill that little pocket you created. And you